This episode of Super Legit is brought to you by our 1 year anniversary. Wait, Josh?
Yeah.
Oh, you normally don't show up at the beginning of the show like this.
Well, it's a special occasion, so I mean.
Cool. All right, no, I'm happy to have you here. But hey,
do you not want me here? Like,
no. I'm super glad to hear your voice. How about this? Stick around through the show, and let's talk afterwards. Let's talk about what it means to be at 1 year. All right?
And then we can start recording then.
Yes, we'll start recording then. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Super Legit Podcast. Did a cicada join us in this session? What is going on?
Is that my?
I'm hearing this. Is everyone hearing?
Is it me? Listened yet, but I thought this was Donda.
I'll admit, I have been rubbing my legs together this whole time.
I'm honestly not picking it up, but I can't hear certain high pitched noises because of rock and roll.
Right? Yeah.
It literally started.
Yeah.
The moment he started speaking, and I'm pretty sure it's in my space. In fact, I know it is.
This is amazing. This episode brought to you by Sean Michael Boozer's personal pet cicada.
So,
I mean, the good news is that this won't happen again for 30 years.
Yes.
You guys, please, let's not make fun. It is a service cicada, so let's not, let's be respectful of that.
It's an emotional support cicada, and the emotion is fear.
Some airlines will not honor that no matter what SMD, so just watch
I
yourself.
cannot wait for the
It stopped.
Super.
Sir, you're not going to be welcome on this flight if you have that cockroach.
It's a cicada.
A cicada?
You say cicada. I say cicada. But I'm an entomologist. So it's cicada.
Entomologist.
Wait, I'm sorry, sir. Do you have Intimins on you? Because I've been desperately hungry all day. I'm just behind you in line here, and I'm
you are,
already
and if you
on
could
the gangway.
stay behind him, could you?
Okay.
A couple
sir.
more feet. Looks like you're at 4, and I
Backing
need you to
up,
be
backing
at
up.
6.
Come on,
That's
guys. This is a
science.
Southwest airplane. Let's just go. It's an Airbus. Come on, guys.
I have a letter from my doctor saying that I am allowed to bring this cicada on the airline.
Look, the pilot rarely steps off the flight to yell at the passengers.
I'm sorry.
about
You said
to
you have
board.
a chimichanga? Because I'm desperately hungry. I'm catching a connecting flight, and I thought you said chimichanga.
Oh no! Oh, the cicada. Yes. No. No. It's an insect.
Oh, okay.
And it's cicada. It's cicada.
Excuse me. I'm 90s pop singer John Cicada. Will there be any type of preferential seating going ahead?
Mr. Cicada, if you could get back in line, sir. You're in Group B.
Okay.
Clearly, I see it from here on your boarding pass. We are Southwest Airlines. We still only allow printed boarding passes.
I just can't wait another day.
What are you going to do? Hand me your phone? No, thank you. Now, back to the cicada.
It's wearing a red vest. It's clearly a service animal.
It's an insect, right?
An insect is an animal. I mean, again, I'm the entomologist
What?
here, right?
Who makes
I don't
you-
gonna tell you what a ticket looks like on a phone.
What is your knowledge of words and word history, where they come from, have to do with insects?
That's a great question. So one thing I know about words is that someone who studies them is an etymologist. I'm an entomologist. Okay. If you were a proctologist and somebody came and stuck their ass in your face, you probably wouldn't be too happy with that. It's a job I made up, but it's a good point.
Look, I'm not getting...
Paging Peter Cetera to phone booth 7. Paging Peter Cetera to phone booth 7.
Oh, Sitara! Also one of my favorite instruments.
legit. Sorry, I had to stop that scene before Santana showed up.
That was real smooth of you.
And how about the that scene was brought to us by the Cadillac Catera? It's the caddy that zigs, I think it was.
I love that
Close
he
enough.
could.
And
he could see.
oh, sorry.
I love that he could
Just
see
young,
the well.
young boy. Oh, no, you go.
I'm
I
still
love-
sorry. I'm also sorry.
I like that I'm in a 4-way stop in Brentwood right now.
No, I'm sorry. No, you go ahead.
I love the fact that he could see the way words were spelled when they were pronounced correctly, and he then pronounced them the way they were spelled in his head. That was amazing.
You can't do that?
No, I can't.
Okay. I think that's just automatic for certain people. It's like synesthesia with words.
So that's like when
What
you
was
hear
that in
words
the bit?
and you see like meanings appear in your head.
Yes.
Wait, is synesthesia is when you see colors?
It's
Yeah.
basically when two senses blend together, so you can hear flavors or see smells,
okay, right.
or certain numbers have shapes. It's
Or-
crazy stuff like that. Yeah.
Or like when Peter Cetera is talking, you just imagine Chicago albums from the 70s and 80s going through your head.
I think you just do that anyway, right?
I think that's probably what most of his conversations inspire.
Yeah.
It's like your version of the Tetris effect.
Yeah, our brains think in metaphor. We think and create in metaphor. It's I mean, some people do. It's very rare, but some people do. When you think of an object or a person, you think of like a word on a page, of that word on a page. But the majority of people, if you think of an elephant, you picture what your brain has learned as an elephant. So if you've seen them in real life, you see that. Or if you've only seen pictures of them, you see that.
This is the thing that fascinated me in college. It's semiotics. It's the study of signs. It's what words create as meaning. This was like the point in my English degree where I was just like, oh, this is a dark road of me never making a single dollar in my life. If I follow this path, I will be fascinated and broke.
There's a point in an English major where what you're doing is talking about the words that are coming out of your mouth as you are saying them. And you've reached a point of the universal present where nothing you do will ever mean anything.
So it's the day you...
That's called a doctorate.
I was about to say, it's the day you sign up to be an English major?
Yes,
Is that it? That's...
Hey,
And with
Jeff,
that revelation,
let me
we
ask you
intro
this.
the Super Legit Podcast. Welcome, everyone, to the latest episode. We took an episode off because we're busy
back,
adults with important
baby.
things to do. But we're here, and we are so happy to see one another's faces, which you can't see as usual.
lucky you.
Oh my God, this is amazing. These are my friends. These are my my colleagues. This is my crew, my team. I mean, it's just so nice to actually be with them again in the form that we're in, because of course we're still in the pandemic. But honestly, whenever anything that we decide to call over happens for the pandemic, it's still like it's the best way to do this, because we can actually get together so much more easily than if we all try to schedule ourselves in person.
We really shouldn't have made J.J. Abrams the Surgeon General.
I mean, it
No
really is the
shit.
Michael Myers of global panics. It's like every time we think this pandemic is dead, it's just like rises up with its shitty William Shatner
also,
mask.
Just before coming a couple hours ago, in LA County is the variant Mu.
Oh,
my God.
So you say Michael Myers. I would like to humbly nominate Jason Voorhees. You go 2 hours just killing this motherfucker, and then at the end there's just one dude who sees the heart, and the heart's pumping, and then eye contact with the heart makes eye contact with the eyes, and then they eat the heart, and then that becomes the new Jason Voorhees, and then the franchise just keeps going on and on.
spoilers, Josh. Wow.
23 years ago. Come on.
This heart has eyes, you say?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hope I never have direct eye contact with a heart.
Oh, come on. Come on. You're telling me that this Jesus guy comes back? I hadn't gotten to that part yet.
Dude, it was coming. Don't tell. Like, you didn't see the signs.
No,
You
I
didn't
didn't see it coming. Like, when they put him in that tomb, I was like,
sure.
yeah, that's as far as I got. I thought it was over.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all these pages, this is just like wrap up. Maybe we follow everybody's story at the end. And like, well, what did Thomas wind up doing?
Nate.
Did Luke go back to being a doctor?
Nate,
Yeah, Greg?
how many people do you know have turned one loaf of bread and feeding 33,000 people. How many people do you know that did that?
None, and that's what made it such a compelling story. Finally, a hero that I mean, he was a little bit derivative of like Aslan from like Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but like other than that, this guy seemed completely original.
Switch that. I think Aslan.
You know what?
Aslan, I say Aslan.
It doesn't matter. I'm not an etymologist.
Okay, so who would want to be? What I'm saying is, there's the loaves, and then the fish, and the water and the wine, and then walking on the water. This guy is obviously set up for like
being the coolest party guy of all time. Oh, hey guys, the party's out of food. Boom, Jesus makes more food. Oh, party's out of wine. Boom, Jesus makes more wine. Hey guys, who wants to float the keg in the pool? Me, Jesus. I'll just walk it out there. And then like I was like, oh, this is a cautionary tale. Party too hard with your friends, you get nailed to a cross. But then, like, you're telling me he comes back.
In the book, yeah. I mean,
what happens in the movie? What happens in the movie?
I assume he would also come back. There's some people who think that he's also going to come back in real life. I don't want to spoil that for you, but he's not.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want you to believe this too much, okay? Like, it's a good movie. Mel Gibson's awesome as a director, but like...
Whoa. Jesus, the Jewish guy, got Mel Gibson to direct him in a movie? Man, Hollywood's about compromises. Hey, yeah.
A lot of compromises.
So here's the thing. Like, of course I'm not going to believe that this guy's going to come back in real life. He's just a character from a book. I didn't think I was going to get a chocolate factory. What kind of asshole do you take me for? Oh, hey, everybody, I just read The Hunger Games. So, we all have to start living our lives where every year there's an annual tournament. And then everybody's got to fight. Could you imagine forcing other people to live because of the book you read? Jesus Christ. Hey, everybody, super fudge. No, come on. Get the fuck out of here.
You do hope there is a factory, right?
I mean, I do hope there's a factory, but I don't got to build my entire life around the hope that someday I'm going to wind up in this magical factory where my grandparents can walk again. I mean, I've got to live for now, right? I can't just spend my whole life waiting for something where, like, maybe it's going to happen, maybe it's not. Nobody's ever heard proof of it.
No. It's not going to happen.
No, I know it's not going to happen. I'm aware of that. Once again, I don't think somebody's going to come up and offer me green eggs and ham a bunch of times. It's a thing from a book. I know it's not real. I just wish you hadn't spoiled the ending.
Nate.
Yeah, Greg.
Would you eat them on a train?
Gregors, come on.
Would you eat them on a train? I'm saying you're buying into it. Tell me you wouldn't eat them on a train.
Much like the spiritual John Wick that is Jesus, green eggs and ham also are not real. Okay, I'm not going to. I'm not going to eat them on a train because they don't exist. Things in books, right, don't necessarily make them automatically real.
But on a plane,
Gregory, come on, all right. I do not like you saying Jesus is real. I do not like it, no matter what you feel. I will not buy in.
That is the most convincing sermon that I've been to in a long time. And it does make me think that the Gnostic Gospels I always hear about, I've never read. But what I'm thinking now is it's about the apostles, like, don't want to get in trouble with Jesus being dead. So they all have to kind of like hold him up and move his arms. And so everybody thinks he's still alive.
40 Days and 40 Nights at Bernie's.
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense for the eyewitness reports of him still having the holes in his hands that were remarkably free of blood.
Yeah, but had little bits of canvas in them.
Well, you know what? Like, if you've ever had a really good piercing, you'll know that'll work. Yeah.
Now, I know if this was Weekend at Jesus' 2, there's some sort of voodoo magic.
Yeah.
And every time a certain song plays, he gets up and dances.
Yo, I'm trying to write the trailer. Who's fucking letting this out?
I mean, someone's got to get Mel Gibson on the
phone.
Really,
the film is the origin story about the inventor of sunglasses.
I like
Wow.
it. I'm with you on this.
Yep.
This is like the Ben and me, like Bennett. You have Ben and me for bifocals.
Well, they got to put sunglasses on him, but it's Jesus's day. Where'd they come from?
I would love to see that, like, on like Christmas with the Christmas tree, instead of like putting an angel on top, you just put a pair of like Ray-Ban Wayfarers on the top just to celebrate Jesus with some glasses.
This must have been done. This must be currently being done right now.
Yeah,
Guys, I'm writing the trailer right now.
I think the Ray-Ban sunglasses are for the risky business themed tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
You just put a white button down on it as the decoration.
Says Joseph and Mary goes out of town and he meets Mary Magdalene.
And then when you put the tree up, you bring it in the door, and once you stand it up, just throw it so it slides across the floor to the.
And y'all were giving Mel Gibson shit. Okay, cool.
Did anybody ever make one of those pull back and go toys of him from that movie, where it's got the wheels attached to the bottom of his feet, and you just pull it back, and you hear the
Mel
click, 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 click sound, then you let go and goes.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise from
yes.
Risky Business. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
In his underwear, because if not, I feel like it's way too late for that toy to be made,
No,
but I'm
it's
going to
not.
make it anyway.
It's not.
Yeah.
I'll buy it right now.
Yeah.
I do think, Josh, Mel Gibson should remake Risky Business, starring him in the Tom Cruise role now.
He is.
He is Risky Business.
In the process of Passion of the Christ 2.
Has he not written 2 through 7 like Avatar?
No, James Cameron.
The thing that brought me to Second City was seeing an ad in the paper for a friend of ours, Brent Tubbs' like student show, which was called The Passion 2 Double Crossed. I'm like, I can't say no to that title.
No. It sells
I have to
itself.
go give you $5 and find out what this building is for.
Yeah. So guys, we have a question this week. I know there's been already so much material without it, but let's do it. Let's do the thing we're about, supposedly. This
Super.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do the thing.
Let's get
we're
this
about.
question. Come on. I'm ready.
Supposedly.
I'm pumped.
Supposedly.
legit.
Ask that
Thank
question.
you. You're the only one that realized I had started a scene, but because I just said the same thing you did, but as a different character, people didn't realize it was a scene.
I was unsure.
Oh my god, it was so well done.
I just assumed we'd all just move one person down.
Yeah. Take one chair out, and now just faster.
So this is inspired. I saw Shang-Chi today. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which was fantastic, by the way. By the time people hear this, hopefully they've all seen it. But if not, go see the film. It's beautiful. But Marvel's really been, and this is not a spoiler, this is just them in general. It's been in my mind is that they've really been pushing into the multiverse lately, and their idea of alternate universes is especially fun because they're not doing just the simple, one small, slight difference, or the, everybody has a goatee, but like they're really digging into much more dramatic differences and variances, and it's super fun. So I was just kind of curious if you guys were to imagine what your alternate universe life would be like, what would you see for yourself? Maybe you're doing the simple branch off of one choice difference, or maybe it's something crazy, but I'm curious. Let's start with you, Stephen C. James.
Okay, guys, I've thought about this question so many times because I talk about this a lot. So I even know like the point where my multiverse split. It's my freshman year in college. I'm in
Holy crap.
the classic learning corps, which was like this special group in college. And we had this hour seminar at the end of every week that was total bullshit. And like halfway through, I found out we didn't have to go. And I was so excited and I never went again. But there was an argument one of those days where this guy was literally like, well, he was a business major. And he was like, why are we trying to save these trees and these owls when there's clearly money to be made? And I was so disgusted. And I like wound up getting into this full on like, college freshman argument during the middle of this like lecture thing where somebody else was supposed to be talking and this guy was asking a question. Like I just started like bickering back and forth with the guy. And so I realized at that point, if that guy had convinced me, I would have spiraled off. And instead of being what I am now, which is like a school teacher and an altruistic person, I would have gone into advertising. because I've got a brain that is like constantly like thinking of slogans and jingles and stuff like that. I would have gone into advertising and I would have been the guy who got cigarette age lowered to 14. Like I would have been completely evil. I would have just been an absolute monster. And so I think about that all the time where it's like, oh, the evil Steven works in advertising. And what he would tell you is this.
I do have to say about his argument. I like that he's saying, why don't we get rid of all the trees? Because then we can make something that's made out of paper.
Yes.
Wow.
I can see that. I can see evil Steven.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see him being like the most apologetic evil guy on earth.
Super.
All right, guys. So glad you're all here. This is a brainstorm
Happy
session.
to be here.
Us too.
Happy to be here. Yeah.
No bad idea.
No bad
Where
idea.
else would I be? Where else would I want to be but here?
Great. So just a little.
Hot dogs made out of chickens.
Okay, those are called chicken dogs. Those already exist. Let me just preface this real quick.
I like the enthusiasm, though. I like
Sure.
the enthusiasm. I want to hear.
You didn't listen to me.
Oh, okay.
It's,
Sure.
It's
Go
a
ahead.
full chicken,
Oh,
alive.
okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna. I have a
So like clucking and
And-
stuff.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Put it in a bun,
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
and if you can successfully get it in that bun, what's the first thing you're gonna say, or someone's gonna say when they see a fully grown live chicken fitting inside a hot dog bun?
The fuck?
That looks delicious.
Hot dog!
Oh, okay.
How'd you get that chicken in there?
You know, piggybacking
Okay.
on that.
It's a good slogan.
Piggybacking on
okay,
that,
sure.
I'm thinking deconstructed Legos.
Okay.
So you buy the Lego and it's already set up, and you
Sure.
reinterpret it, like you're banging on the floor, you throw some furniture on
And
it,
then
and
they
then
smash.
you pile it up, and then that's the deconstructed Legos. I feel like this
Isn't that Legos now?
I-
Look, I'll take all of these
Okay.
ideas.
Look, I'm going to bounce off of that one here real quick because
I haven't told you what this
it
group
just
chat's about.
that
Okay,
really
sure.
inspires me. What about dark bulbs?
Dark bulbs. Okay.
Instead of light bulbs, they're dark bulbs, and I'm not talking about
Okay.
black lights because
Yeah,
that's been
yeah.
done already.
Right, but
What
you
I'm
like
talking about when
light that's not
Okay,
light,
so-
light that's dark, like it
Right,
emits dark.
like when you turn
You're
it
not
on,
just talking
the
about
room
like,
gets dark and you can't
Yes.
see shit anymore.
yes.
Okay. Yeah. I
Okay,
see that.
so
So I
Okay,
just
so-
want to piggyback off of his
Oh my God,
piggyback
yes.
of the piggyback. I'm just thinking, all right, when was the last time we really considered trying human flesh?
Yesterday.
Like, we
Yesterday.
don't know
Sure.
anybody
Hot dog. Yesterday.
who's a cannibal,
Hot
right?
dog. Hot dog.
You know, it's one of those things where it's all a bunch of rumor and innuendo that this is like
sure.
bad for us or anything like that. And
Okay.
I'm not saying we eat people when they're
No,
alive,
of course not.
but like
You're not,
the
no.
recently deceased. You know, the very recently deceased.
Okay.
What
Like
about
almost
that?
pre-deceased.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. What if we turned
yeah.
our old folks' homes into a venue for feeding the hungry?
Exactly.
Or, you know,
Sick.
the peckish.
Oh, you know how tender that meat would be?
Okay. I just I just want to say all of these are brilliant ideas. We can keep going with these ideas.
Which one was the most brilliant
No.
so far, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't the reason why we're here for the brainstorm. If you guys want to keep throwing out more of these ideas, that's fine, but it isn't germane to specifically what you guys are in attendance for. If you catch my drift.
I don't.
We're
So-
idea guys.
Four-way
Okay.
tie for brilliance.
I catch that there is a drift.
A
All right.
drift? What?
Chicken flavored
Again with the
soda.
chicken. Okay, yes.
It's called
chicken.
Drift.
Wait, why this? Why what?
Well, we're curious.
That's what
Why
I mean,
Yeah.
why why
That
drift?
idea is intriguing.
I'm so sorry to ask, but why drift?
I think we go the route of sparkling waters here, right? Everyone's health conscious. We don't want any calories, so we just
Like
want
a
the chicken
La Croix?
essence.
Exactly.
Yeah, we just want essence of chicken in there, so that
Essence of chicken.
yeah, we'll
Yeah.
just keep.
Sure.
We're just gonna take some. Look, here's the real kicker here about this whole thing. We can get we can play with the big boys of Nestle here. Okay, we just steal water. I don't even like calling it that because it's not really stealing. It's public
Sure.
water. Okay.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
right.
You can't steal something
Anybody-
that belongs to
yeah.
somebody else.
Right.
Mhm.
Anybody is welcome to pull their massive tanker up to it and draw tens of thousands of gallons of water out in one time.
Sure.
And bring it to their purification plants where we use reverse osmosis in thousands of filters. Anyone's welcome to use that for themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
And poison what you leave behind.
Yeah.
So that you have the only source of water in the air. Anybody's free to do that.
Oh, yeah,
anyways,
totally.
We take that process to get our water. You shoot some CO2 in there, carbonated, right?
Bubbly.
Right? Hey, we even take the angle of we're solving climate change. This is carbon capture,
Right.
Capturing it in the can, and then we just set those cans open,
Right.
for I don't know, a few weeks in just a hen house.
Yeah, and by using chicken, we're ending world food overpopulation. The glut of food that threatens our world, we are solving.
This does not knock my dead
for.
People idea out of the water either.
We
go chicken flavor.
Guys,
your Lego idea is still game, Tommy.
Gentlemen,
Can I
And I'm
dovetail
thinking
on that
instead
idea?
of light
I
milk,
think
you
just
have dark milk. Okay.
I just need to bring it up. I just need to bring it all around.
I yelled,
and the thing is,
nothing.
what's
Great.
the first thing you're gonna say when you see this? When you see this product? Well, no, that'd be about the chicken hot dogs.
Hot chicken?
Yeah.
Hot Legos.
Guys,
Chicken, that's good soda.
Listen, if you were
for
a
the
random
love of
person
hell.
on the street and I just told you about how this sparkling chicken essence water called
This
Drift
hurts so
came
bad.
about,
this hurts my soul.
for you to really buy into it,
Okay.
what's the phrase I would have to say to you?
Jägermeister.
Catch my drift?
Oh, he brought it full circle. When he said full circle, he brought us back to the beginning.
All right,
That was amazing.
Aaron,
That's where you got all those Cleos.
I think we should all just appreciate that for a while.
Hey, Spencer, why the fuck are we at this meeting anyway?
Well, yeah.
Thank you. I brought the best minds here available today to talk about the new Samsung Transformer phone that's going to be coming out for the Christmas season. But all it seems like you guys want to talk about stupid ass chicken ideas. So now do you guys want to talk about this cool new Transformer phone coming out or more chicken stuff?
Can you tell me more about this ass chicken?
Ooh.
Legit.
And it's a rule that you have to end any scene on when the word ass chicken is used.
That was rule number 2 in Sharna's book. Yeah.
Right after I met Chris Farley, right.
I also have an alternate reality.
Please, I want to hear it.
For a long time. So as I have made mention here on the show a million times, I love going to concerts. I love live shows. I love rock and roll, obviously. I think I have that center point to where it branches out into a different direction. Instead of my first show, which was Phil Collins in 1993, instead of that being my first show, my dad and my mom take me to go see opera because it's good for the soul.
Ooh.
And the opera scares me, so I asked my dad if we can leave. My dad says, "Yeah, enough opera is enough for one person, and we go in a dark alley." Why are you guys laughing?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sure this is dramatic and tragic. Please continue.
And then the guy's like, "Stick him up," and like my dad, because he's like a hero. Again, alternate reality. He's like, "No, I'm defending my wife," and then like he grabs like my mom's pearls, but you don't see anything happen.
Well, I can see that vividly in my mind for some reason.
Like some
over
different
and
versions of
over
it.
again.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys get the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I become Superman.
Ooh.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, that didn't track in the direction I was expecting.
It's definitely
It's
alternate.
alternate. See, I threw you for the loop.
You did, absolutely.
That's story. No, I would become Batman. Like everybody would get on my. The fact that I would be able to take my issues out on everybody, and the fact that I don't get to do a podcast.
Now, how do you overcome the lack of being a billionaire in this alternate reality?
I trade guitars.
Poor ass Batman is a great superhero.
Super.
Excuse me, Master Wayne. Master Wayne?
Yeah, what is it?
I was doing a little bit of research on the internet while you were out punching Polka Dot Man in the face repeatedly. And it seems that some people have crunched some numbers. And you could actually stop crime simply by donating half of your family's fortune to charity. It would feed the hungry. It would create a system where there would be police patrols constantly on duty in areas where it was needed, and more importantly, there would be social workers available for all those who might feel that a life of crime is something that would benefit them more. It would raise the average salary of...
Superman, what I'm saying is that rather than stopping crime, literally, if you just pointed your heat vision at a solar panel, you would provide a limitless source of energy, allowing us to meet every human need and ending the need for crime entirely. Is it Kal-El is better? I'm sorry, I didn't want to sound too familiar.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't really take notes. I am an Uber man. I can fly. So for you to come at me with notes, it seems a bit much.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to truly stand up and save the world,
stand up, I can jump over a building in a single bound. I can. Right. I'm faster than a locomotive.
Walk past it. The point is that your superpowers could, like, you can fly. Great. So can a plane. But you could blow into a windmill and provide electricity for the entire world.
There's only one person here that blows.
Batman, he's right there. Joker is right there. If you just break his neck right now, if you just break his neck, it's done. He never escapes Arkham. He never.
I'm just saying, Alfred really got into my head here.
No,
and I'm realizing.
What do you say, Bats?
I'm gonna pay for a good psychologist for you. Okay. Now I know you turned the last one, and we've got Harley to deal with as well. But I'm gonna pay you for a better one for you. We're gonna get you some counseling, and we're gonna make this right.
Look,
all right?
as the commissioner of this city, I'm telling you, he's gonna keep breaking out of our prison system, which needs a dramatic overhaul.
No, we need better social programs.
He's right.
Commissioner Gordon, when the only tool you have is a hammer, perhaps every problem that you see is a nail.
I don't want you to get out on the streets and help and do this stuff, Alfred, instead of like throwing these yarns at everyone. How about that?
Commissioner Gordon, how about you stop oppressing black people in the Narrows? Yeah, I said it, Commissioner Gordon.
All right.
Yeah, GPD has blood on its hands. Yes, it does.
He's going there.
I'm out.
Hey, Aquaman, how about, you tell all these fish to jump into my net, and I'll cut you in for 50%.
Sounds good.
All right. High
five. Legit. Aquaman's such a douche.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, he's basically the Little Mermaid.
So, but truly, I was thinking about the alternate reality question. Yeah. And like, you grow up thinking like, it'd be cool to be Batman or any of these super, like Wolverine or something. And then you think about like the actual realistic implications of that, and it's not good. Like,
they're so tragic.
I would not want to be Batman at all. Like, that's a horrible life.
This is like the thing that gets me on these,
except for the billions of dollars.
Like when you see these like kind of like alternate realities, it's always like a major decision that changes. And like I think of the things that have steered my life have been the smallest, dumbest decisions in the world. Like my entire college career, which like charted me going into comedy and all that, was because it was just as far away from my hometown as I could possibly go. And everything's based on that. Like I came to Second City, like I started taking classes at Second City because Second City was $25 cheaper than the Groundlings at that time.
Really?
And Second City is where I like met my wife, and like my wife, my child, my like whole life is based on that. Like, I don't want to spend another $25. So like the idea that it's like some giant major life-changing decision is far less likely than, I could go out tonight, but they're rerunning the Goonies again.
Yeah, no, that is far more the realistic path that most people's decisions make. It's those tiny things. Tiny things like making the decision to purchase whatever is going to be coming up in our advertising next. And we have a doozy from what I hear. Michael Hyman is he's continuing his streak of missing show after show.
Excuse me, that man is pounding the pavement for us, getting us ad after ad after ad to keep the lights
no one
on.
wants to say it, but he's the Aquaman of.
He really is the Stephen James of advertising.
Yeah.
Speaking of the
That's
Stephen C.
Aquaman's
James
real
of
name.
advertising, he is going to step up though and get us the ad. I believe Hyman sent it to you.
Hyman emailed me the recording, so I'm the one who's in charge of dropping it into the feed for you, Jim.
Hyman emailed you?
Yeah. Hyman and I
don't
email
get
all
that.
the time. It's like every day.
No.
That guy can meme. That guy, oh, geez. They're mostly Dodgers based, but Hyman, he's the best. He's
My
the best.
entire worldview has been upended.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We were hanging out before this. You guys didn't get the...
No.
Oh, I thought that was a group chat, but I guess it's just he and I.
Oh,
I had Dodger tickets.
I gotta go.
hard way to learn this.
Yeah.
I got it.
Just maybe
enjoy your ad.
I should probably just run the ad. Hey kids, are you ready to have some fun this holiday season? Well, now that you can be back, the only thing you need to bring to this game is your grandma. That's right, it's time to play everyone's favorite new board game, Don't Tip Grandma. All you need is our set of pieces and a simple sleeping grandma to play everyone's favorite game, Don't Tip Grandma. After that second slice of pie, when Grandma gets real sleepy, is to figure out who can push her the hardest without tipping her over the edge. It's a matter of you can either rock her back in her recliner or simply bring up the fallacies of Fox News. What's it gonna take to not tip Grandma? For nearly the entire family, everyone can participate, all the way from Uncle Bob, who's sick and tired of hiding his secret life from her, all the way down to Lisa, who dyed her hair green and wants to see if Grandma's gonna dare say something about it. But you gotta remember, don't tip Grandma. You don't want everyone to remember this is the Thanksgiving that you finally tipped her over the edge. Because remember, Don't Tip Grandma is safe, sane, and consensual. Because in this original and unique game, we make fun out of everyone else's ruined Thanksgiving. You can poke and prod Grandma about her feelings about modern events, or you can poke and prod Grandma as she falls asleep watching the Matlock. You're going to love it. As quoted by our celebrity spokesperson, Haley Joel Osment, I see Grandma. She ain't dead. So don't tip Grandma. It's this Thanksgiving's hottest game. You'll wish it would never end. Grandma will, though. Don't tip her.
That is an amazing product. It is such justice that now it's other people not tipping my grandma. If anyone has ever gone to a restaurant with her, this is a complete turnabout as fair play.
I like to play the solo game after a dessert myself, but doesn't that announcer remind me? It does remind me. Does it remind you of? Didn't we have those ads a little bit last year? Blue States over Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was I'm not gonna say that I loved that business, but I sure love those ads.
That
You know
amusement
what?
park was
And their money.
I got an email from them recently. They are currently on hiatus. Everyone on their staff got double COVID.
Oh,
Yeah, and several members drowned actually because they were a big anti-mask contingent and they all went scuba diving.
I don't know if that's
Yeah.
called
How do
being
you-
on hiatus. Just
They're
legally
just
speaking.
waiting for the
It's quite a
summertime to
spin.
rehire.
Did you write their advertising to spin that? I'm sorry. Did alternate Stephen C. James write their spin for that?
Man, alternate Stephen C. James would have loved to write a pro. He would have been all over like the horse deworming ad. That makes every,
Super. Alternate Stephen C. James, you're our only hope. We need you to write a horse deworming ad. Go.
All right. Say nay to the vaccine and say yes to horse deworming. Invectin, you're going to want to get it inside of you. That's just my first draft. Do you want me to keep pitching? Because I got more.
Oh, well, we could also drop in like a Joe Rogan, like, hey, I'm Joe Rogan. I'm just asking questions, but, I eat elk. And then...
I would love to work with Mr. Rogan again. I haven't worked for him ever since he was the spokesman for my ill-fated Rogaine with Rogan advertising campaign I did.
Is that how that's pronounced?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I forgot. Legit. Okay, yeah. No.
Yes, I was gonna say, I don't know if we're in a scene anymore.
Oh, my goodness. Also, how do you spell... Let me ask you this. How do you spell double COVID? COVID? It's CCOOVVIIDD, right?
No, it's COVID-38.
Right.
Oh, got it. Dummy. Sorry. Yeah.
There's 2 more and you get Turk 182.
When you're saying double COVID, you mean they got it, resolved it, and then just got it reinfected, right? It's not some other weird
Well, what happened was they were mixing and matching, and it seems that they created their own Zeta variant. So it's just, I think they were calling it the Braniff variant because it was like double Delta.
So did they copyright that? Because you want to jump on that right away.
Oh, they don't believe in copyrights.
Oh.
Too much paperwork.
Well, that works out well for the rest of us.
Yeah.
I have a follow-up question as well to one of the alternate realities, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay, great. Mr. Compton, so you said that you went to Second City instead of Groundlings, right?
Right.
2 completely different styles of humor as well. How do you think you would have been if you went the Groundlings way? Like, would you have just been like a character, like a walking character every single second, or?
I think they would have said that character you play, Chris Compton. He's very strong. But we're going to make you take 101 again for the 150th time. But I would have surrounded myself with bitter ex stand-ups, which is a great way to really embrace life. What I'm saying is that I would probably be drunk underneath a bus right now. Not run over, just holding on to the bottom.
Bitter X stand-ups was one of my favorite canceled pilots.
I will say,
all of my favorite canceled pilots.
I love X stand-ups, and I don't think that they are all bitter. Right? SMB, Chris Sanders, gentleman who I love very much, who did stand up for a long time.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
That was very not old man, by the way.
SMB was doing some character work right now.
Steve, how happy you are, SMB? How happy would you be in your alternate life? What would that look like?
What? I've actually thought about that. Like in my alternate reality, I know a lot of people like to go dark. I think my alternate reality would be super happy. I think this my alternate me would not question things, would not wonder why, would not investigate things, would just accept everything. And the best part of it, nothing would ever be his fault. He'd claim no responsibility. I think he'd be the happiest guy ever. Like, dude, I'm envious. Why ask why? Just go with it. But
is there diplomatic immunity between universes? Like, could this idea of like, what universe is the universe where like there's no, because is it only you that would not have to take responsibility for anything, or is this just a function of the entire this universe where nobody has to?
Well, here's the beauty of it. That SMB in that universe doesn't care either way. It doesn't matter because he only thinks as far as himself.
Super.
So, Jesus, you mean to tell me that you took one loaf and you turned it into 33,000 loaves to feed all the masses?
What's the book say?
It said clearly you did, and that there was enough bread, fish, and loaves to feed everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You did that? That's so cool.
You don't want to believe the book? You don't want to believe me?
I believe the book. To meet the man. To meet the man.
Why don't you ask one of my 12 best friends in the world?
Okay.
I'm going to jump in here. I'm sorry. As Jesus' publicist, he did not sign up for this gotcha interview.
No, it's not.
We're just talking about the book. So just
I'm a fan.
You can keep
Thank
questioning Jesus, just please.
Okay.
No questioning.
Okay.
Like
This is
the
Luke,
truth
my
of the
I have
book.
it a different way.
No
I have a
questions
different
about his
way.
dad. Okay,
I'll
go
do it
ahead.
different. So
I'm going to step out.
So
but remember, this is a junket. You've only got 8 minutes. Go ahead.
sure.
You know what?
So
go ahead and
Jesus.
step out, PR guy. I'm Judas. I'm his hype man. What up, JC? We got this.
That's right, we
So-
do, Judas.
so-
No one's ever going
Yeah.
to take us down. No one's going to
Who's gonna
take our
take us
pride.
down?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
We got
no.
to keep the sermon.
So Jesus, do you remember that time when you walked on the water?
Yeah.
Dude, I was there.
That was
Oh,
awesome.
it was crazy. He moonwalked. He didn't like it looked like he was going forward, but he was going backward, and the waves were trying to lap at him, but he was like, "Nah, I got this," and then hopped in
All
the
right,
boat,
look, normally,
and hopped back
yeah.
off the boat. It was crazy.
Judas is the best hype man. And normally I wouldn't interject here. I'd let him do the hyping or the book do the talking. But I just got to... he brought up something, moonwalk, that the reference, you're not going to understand it right now, but just trust me, in a while, in several generations, it's going to make a lot of sense. But they're taking all the credit because...
Mr. Christ, I got a question. Mr. Christ,
I'll go next.
I got a question.
Yes.
Fred Nietzsche, Zarathustra Times. Don't you think it would be easier for you to use your omnipotent powers to actually just eliminate evil? Like you could do that rather than this really
I'm sorry,
round.
Dude, how you gonna come up
This guy's
with like
talking-
that?
You
though?
don't have to
This
feel
guy's
this way if
talking
you don't want to.
omnipotence? This guy's talking omnipotence?
Man, you
to my
about to nip
face?
that in the bud.
No,
Okay.
I have a simpler question. I know the rules. I know the rules. So like Judas
Peter,
and Jesus,
Paul.
you guys are like friends, right?
Just, I might need you.
like Judas, do you remember when you said you would never betray Jesus?
I say lots of things. I don't listen.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Like, but you would like never betray somebody as cool as Jesus, right?
No, dude, this is how I get paid. This is my paycheck, right? My boy. So no, of course, never. Cock-a-doodle-doo. What?
Hey, so I'm sorry, we've only got time.
Was that a cicada?
We've only got time for a couple more questions, okay, folks? So please, Jesus has a very, very busy
Sorry,
day.
one of my father's creations. It's cicada. That's what.
John Cicada.
Well, Jesus said it, so it's true. So it's cicada. All right, everybody.
Yes.
So
Anyways.
we've got time for one more question.
Can I ask
okay.
a question? I know he's my boy, but let me just ask one question.
All right,
Is
okay.
it,
Go ahead,
is it
Judas.
GIF?
It's
Is
all
it GIF
you.
or is it GIF? Because I need to know a definitive answer.
All right. Again, this isn't you know this. This isn't my choice. Okay, I'm
know
just,
that I know this because you know that I know that you know this.
I'm the son of the creator, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't really hold that much power. Okay, it's not. I mean, the things I'm doing aren't even that.
Oh man, you got all the juice. What are you talking about?
I don't think now's the time to be humble, Jesus. Okay, let's just go ahead and.
I'm sorry. Can I ask a clarification question here? When you say you're the son of the creator, did you mean the creator of all things, or did you mean the creator of the graphical interchange format? Because that was the topic you were just on, and we still didn't clarify the pronunciation. So I just wanted.
Or are you Tyler the creator's dad?
Clearly, it's GIF because.
Okay.
Agree to disagree.
Stanley Stanwyck of the Stanwyck Press. Got a question. You are going to come back in like 2,000 years or something and save us all, right?
Oh, I can't.
Sir, you don't have to answer that. I'm sorry. We're shutting down this press conference.
No,
we're shutting down this press conference. No, we're shutting it down. We're shutting it down.
The book left an ominous ending.
Legit.
Also, I should say publicly, I now have to say it GIF because of a bet or an agreement that I made with Jet. I asked him to do me a favor, and I said I would pronounce it as how he pronounces it.
That's
right. It is officially GIF. No matter what my heart says, I have to say GIF now for the rest of my life.
But it is pronounced Jeff.
It is.
I believe it's pronounced frittata.
Oh, those bugs are so annoying. They're so loud. Oh.
Hey man, it's 25 or 6-4. Peter Cetera reference.
Oh my God! All right, you know what? Too many references. They've all come back. It's all circled around. This is just the reference machine right now. I think we're going to call it right here, guys.
Life's a herald, baby.
Yeah, right. Can keep it light, keep it tight.
So,
I don't know. Is that a phrase?
But what would
I just made it
happen
up.
if you didn't?
Keep it light and keep it tight.
Ooh. No,
would
is there an
have-
alternate reality where this is like a 6.5 hour episode?
Oh my God!
Actually, we have that episode somewhere.
we do.
Yeah, I had a few. It's not good.
That episode is what happens if I don't hit the stop button in a few seconds, and you guys get to hear all the conversation that goes on after this episode.
Which can be
in the
found on our
meantime-
Patreon page.
Thank you, as always, to Matt Walker for our intro and outro music. This episode was hosted and edited by me, Jet Kaufman. This one featured the talents of Josh Spence, Sean Michael Boozer, Chris Compton, Stephen C. James, and Chris Sanders. Every scene and ad that you heard in this episode was improvised. We made it all up on the spot with only a light touch of editing for your comfort. Check the show notes. Occasionally we do write something, so see who wrote it in there and get some extra info, links to references, you name it. And then if you love what you heard, if you love what we're doing, make sure to leave us a 5-star review on your podcast provider of choice and tell a friend about the show.
But before all that, Jet.
Yeah.
Can we start recording now?
Oh, jeez. All right, I guess. Go for it, Josh. Right?
All right, cool.
Now.
I don't believe anything's on all my time. I kicked the door on its hinges just so I could move on. Oh, oh, oh.
1 year.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God, I can't believe we did it.
Yeah, it feels weird. It feels good.
Yeah,
it also, in one essence, I'm very proud of us and the work we've done. But then again, I think of our rivals, who they don't know that they're our rivals yet, over at the Comedy Fix. They've done like 60 episodes.
Right?
So it's like, big deal, small potatoes.
They really hit hard and fast with their stuff.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we got to get their art team on our podcast because they've got some good stuff there. But hey, let's talk about our show.
Okay.
I love what we're doing. This is super fun. This is just, we've talked about it a bit in the show, but like it's absolutely our therapy session every 2 weeks.
Yeah, to some degree, it certainly is.
It's an amazing outlet, and we get to experiment so much. And like, people have no idea what goes into producing this show because it sounds goofy and silly and clean and easy, but there's a lot of work in it.
I think I've said this before that like I don't know 100% what you do, and I don't want to know. Not and I don't mean that in like a lazy way, but it's what you do. Jarrett, Lennon, Kaufman is magic, and I like magic, and I don't want to. It's one of the few times I don't want to know how the sausage is made.
Well, I'll be vague then, but yeah, I mean, there is a lot of work. I mean, there's all the work behind the scenes of herding cats, aka improvisers.
Oh
and like
my God.
It's not
that's
like
my world. That's my
yes,
world.
yeah, that's been your world for a long time. But it's we have an amazing team of friends on this team. But like scheduling can sometimes be hard because people have lives, people have jobs, people have schooling, people have all sorts of things. So we're constantly figuring out who's available and what kind of challenges we're going to deal with that. So like that's that side of it.
Which is funny for me. Sorry to interrupt. No. It's funny for me because in one essence I'll hear like, oh, I'm going to take my wife out to dinner, or I'm going to do something nice for a significant other, or I'm going to be an awesome father to my son or daughter. And in one regard, I'm like, dude, totally do that. And then I check the calendar and it's a recording day. And I'm like, why are they doing this? They're fucking my life up.
Where are your priorities? Yes.
Yeah, I just turned into this monster.
Yeah. Well, and it's because we love this so much. And so sometimes it becomes hard to recognize that this isn't the most important thing in the world, even though it really sometimes feels like the most important thing in the world because it matters. We feel something.
Well, I think if you just listen to the episode that this is attached to, I think this is an example of that because we had taken a break for everybody because we needed a break.
Yes.
and it's like everybody came back and it was like, oh my God, this is great. I love this. Why did we take a break?
Yeah, and I feel like there's elements in there that we're working on because I think there's a lot that needs to be acknowledged here, and I'm not talking like just about my work. Yes, obviously,
which should always be acknowledged
as the guy doing the editing. Like that's a lot of work. I typically put somewhere in the range of like 4 to 8 hours of editing into these episodes.
It's amazing.
Some way more than that because we do amazing stuff like some of the trailers. And that's another thing that I think needs credit for. Almost everything that you hear in this show is improvised on the spot. We're having a conversation and somebody thinks of something they want to play with and we improvise the scene in the moment. Our ads are mostly improvised, especially anything that Michael Hyman does or that we call a Michael Hyman ad.
Yeah.
That's something where, a little bit of inside information, but I think it's fun because I think there's an extra credit in this to how people do this is I send a little message to just the person reading the ad, which is almost always Michael Hyman, except he's been out a little bit, which just I make up a name of a product and like 5 or 6 buzz phrases, maybe the name of a celebrity or something. And that's all I give him. And then on the spot, when it's time, he crafts a product and a sales pitch for it. And then lately we've had a few people stand in for him and it's crazy fun.
I'll say this. I love the art of improvisation. I am an improviser for sure, but also playing with these people also makes me appreciate the writer that I am because like these guys are so funny and so off the cuff with their shit that like some of the produced ads, I write most of the produced ads,
right? And that's where I was. Yeah, that's where I was going to hit here is that most of the ads that aren't written by Michael Hyman, with a few exceptions that are improvised on the spot because someone
Chris
was feeling
Sanders
it,
or Ali Mar.
Yeah, some occasionally somebody just has something, but overall, most of the rest of the ads we do pre-write. That's one of the few things that's written here, and yeah, Josh Spence probably writes the majority of those. Occasionally, he'll definitely send them to the rest of us. They'll get some notes. Sometimes he gets a co-writer on them. The movie trailers especially, are Josh Spence's babies, and they're so much fun. And we record them live in show, so it's still not like a whole heavily overproduced thing. We'll do a few little retakes of a couple lines here and there, and then clean them up and editing, and then that's where a lot of editing work goes in to make it sound closer to a movie trailer. But that's where some writing shows up. I'm going to start trying to credit people for their writing again because I think they deserve that.
Oh, that's cool. And yeah, I think that's necessary for also people outside of myself because I know a bunch of us are interested in writing. But it's that inspiring where it's like, God damn, my friends are just that funny that I have to like think of something as opposed to off the cuff. It's a blessing and a curse,
Yeah, I think, we talk about this all the time, but it's just so incredibly lucky to be in this group of people who are all very talented in dramatically different ways, but in ways that complement one another so well. And yeah, we just get to be in the midst of this, and they lift us up and make us sound smarter and funnier and sharper and more clever.
Speaking of like shouting out and our crew, can I give a couple outside shout outs besides?
Yes, however you want to word it, go for it.
Yeah, thank you. I think we actually, and I give them a hard time on the show, certainly through the year, but I think a lot of credit has to be given to like the crew at Rydell Chevrolet who like still listens, man. Like
our unofficial sponsors,
for sure. But like, I remember our first or second podcast putting out, and we had stickers, and I wasn't expecting, to hear anything. And like our boy Ray Espinoza was the first one. Was like, hey, that's great. When's the next episode?
Mm-hmm.
And just like hearing that outside voice going, hey, that's great. Do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we're super deprived, although we're artists, we're always deprived. But like
the default state.
100%. But yeah, just hearing that outside response of, hey, do more, really kept us going through those early episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think to those later episodes, it also helped us as well.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I think because, we went through a little time where we had those like 3-person episodes. We got super in our own heads about, is this the right thing to do?
100%.
We definitely early on had a philosophy of, we're going to do whatever show is available to us in this moment. And maybe it's going to be a weird show that's nothing like the other episodes and it's limited for whatever these reasons. And then, we did those and I was like, oh my God, was this just for us? And so it was so really nice to have people who weren't us listen to it and go, no, that was for me too. I felt I gained something out of that. It made us feel like we were on the right track. And I think we're going to keep hitting those instincts.
I remember thinking, and when we were talking about like length of the show, I was like, man, let's just go as long as till the candle burns out. Like, let's do 4 hours. I don't give a fuck. Joe Rogan can suck it, And then once, like, we had a couple episodes where, like, I cracked myself open and just whatever oozed out was me, specifically the one where, Jet and St. James are my two dads. Very dad-heavy episode. Like, you pour a lot of yourself out. It takes it from you, man. So,
it does, yeah.
I'm so happy to have a crew to share that, burden with. And everybody's down to get open and emotional and be funny, and I think that's what's so great about this.
Yeah, and I think with time we're going to crack open more the crew, but I think especially like with this today's episode that you're listening to the end of right now, it's another example of we're also going to really make sure that the fun is there, because we have fun, and I think when we're having a blast, it comes through for all of you. At least I hope so. So yeah,
it's a joy.
Yeah,
it's a joy recording this, talking with my friends, doing bits with my friends. The work you do, Jet, magic. I know. I wish I could put it more eloquently than magic, but like I feel very strong that what you do is magic. And then hearing it come out, and St. James listens to it at midnight. He's our first listener.
Yeah,
and like the fact that we get it, and then. Again, Ray's our second listener. He'll hit me up 7:00 in the morning, about, and he'll remind me about bits we did in the episode that I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to get that guy some merch.
Yes.
Hard. He deserves it.
Yep. All right. I don't want this episode to now suddenly go long, but I love you. I love this show. I love this team.
I love you too, man. This again, I'll be quick, but this whole thing started out as a way to keep our stage show going, because there was some type, again, that word, magic amongst us. And it's so rewarding a year later to still see that faith and magic rewarded every time we get together.
Sounds good. So I'll see you back here in a year?
Yep, next year.
All right, next year.
Start recording now?
Yes, now.
Okay, good. Whew.